Hell yeah, let's give it up for your first Stone comic, everybody, Billy Campbell!
Thank you! I was hoping somebody fucking noticed. God damn, I wore the shiny tiger ones because I'm on battle mode tonight, baby. Oh my goodness. I fucking love this show, man. How often do you get to get stoned with comics and get paid for that shit? That's fucking rad. And I got to get stoned with Brock, dude. How often do you get to see a jungle hamster out in the wild? That's fucking awesome. Oh, man. He's a good friend of mine, too, and he hates it when I call him a jungle hamster. But, you know, he's always threatening me. He's like, you know, Billy, fuck you, dude. I got a black belt in karate. I'll kick your ass.
Good call.
I tell him, fuck you, Brock. You're 2 feet tall. I'll stick you in my ass, man. Oh, I love how much weed has evolved since it's been legalized and everything. All the gadgets you get to play with and stuff now, stuff that we didn't have in the 90s. Thank you. That's awesome, dude. Fucking, that's rad. My son just introduced me to vape pens not too long ago, and at first I was very hesitant. He's like, Dad, it's awesome. Try mine. It tastes just like Mountain Dew. And I was like, dude, I have never wanted to smoke Mountain Dew in my entire fucking life. But he actually convinced me, so I went out and I got myself a vape pen that looks kind of like an old wooden pipe. And that's because when I smoke on it, I want to look a lot smarter than I actually am. And it's great, too, because every time I smoke on it, I feel like I should be giving fatherly advice like, that's right, kids. Remember, gonorrhea is curable, but herpes is forever. My boss hates how willy-nilly I am about smoking weed and stuff. I cook for a living. And so he's always bitching at me. He says, Billy, what are you going to do if I come in one day and ask you to take a piss test? I'm going to tell you, dude, I did not study. I'm going to need a couple of days. And he's like, man, what if the customers know you're stoned? I'm like, well, they're probably going to be all right with it. I'm like, the best cooks in the fucking world are stoned, man. How do you think the fucking Dorito taco was invented, boss? Oh, fuck. Almost forgot what I was going to say now. Oh, and I was bitching earlier about turning 40 and you know, smoking weed and stuff like that. Between the combination, I've gotten a lot more patient throughout life and stuff. And I learned that the other day when I was sitting at a traffic light and this kid was parked in front of me and the light turned green and he didn't move. The light turned red again and then it turned green and he still didn't fucking move. And at first I was a little worried because I was like, man, maybe he passed out at the wheel or something, but he had Texas license plates and I didn't think it was a good idea to knock on his window. So I honked my horn and this kid flipped me off. So I flipped him off back and that's when he jumped out of the car. He started storming at me and screaming. He's like, fuck you, man, get out of your car. I'm gonna whoop your ass. We're gonna throw down right now. And I was like, oh, hell no. So I rolled down my window and I looked at him and went, hey man, I gotta poop, dude. He goes, my bad. And he got in his car and he drove the fuck away. Oh, son of a bitch, I got a new superpower. One of my favorite things to do is I like to get stoned and watch documentaries. Are you guys into documentaries? Fuck yeah. One of my favorite ones is on Alcatraz, and it's like one in particular because they talk about this guy named Icebox Johnny. And they talk about him for about half an hour, right? So you get really intense about it before they actually tell you why Icebox Johnny got his name. And you think for a while that Icebox Johnny got a cool name like that from killing people and sticking them in a freezer or something like that. Until you find out half an hour into the episode that Icebox Johnny got his name from giving blowjobs in the refrigerator in Alcatraz. Right when I first heard that, my first thought was, man, this is a weird thing to put on the History Channel, man. And then I thought to myself, you know, Alcatraz closed down in 1963, and it is 2022, man. It is 59 years later. Why the fuck? How good were those blowjobs, man? I've started to make this man a hero in my own head and everything. And like, I've made up a whole story that keeps going for Icebox Johnny. I kind of hope that he lived to be 112 years old, just putting smiles on prisoners' faces all around America. And when he did finally pass away, maybe the warden that came across the loudspeaker and gave an announcement. Today, Icebox Johnny has finally passed away. He will be remembered for his humanitarian work. Every springtime, he baked banana bread for everybody. And every birthday, everybody got a cupcake. And of course, there were the blowjobs. We'll give a moment of silence for Icebox Johnny. A man that had to do something very bad to find what he was good at. And during that moment of silence, I like to picture that maybe one guy in the back of the crowd just finally couldn't hold his emotion back anymore and yells out, "Man, I had an appointment with Icebox Johnny today, dude." Oh, fuck, man. It's weird fucking being 40, you know? Like, I've been talking to my kids a lot more. They're all grown and they moved out of the house. I've raised 3 fucking daughters. I don't just look like this because I fucking smoke a lot of weed, man. But they still come by like once a week and we have daddy-daughter dinner and everything. And like a couple weeks ago, I was just way too tired. I worked a double shift, and when they came over, we ate dinner, and when we sat down for a movie, I fell asleep during the movie. And they were sweet. They did just like they used to when they were little kids. And they looked at me passed out, and they drew dicks all over my fucking face. Except for my oldest daughter. She's a lesbian, and she has never actually seen a dick, so she just wrote the word penis across my cheek. All right, that's my time, folks. Thanks for having me.